Good morning. Good morning, Janelle. Good morning, Rebecca. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome. Welcome. If you're joining us live, say good morning. Hello. If you're joining us on the replay, put hashtag replay in the comments. Make sure you put your takeaways in there too to anchor it in for yourself and for others. It's a great, great service. I'm looking for, here we go. And for those of you joining for the first time, I'm Dr. Disha Phillip, cardiologist who deals with all matters of the heart and also the founder of the Path to Meditation Mastery. And meditation for female physicians. So check this out. So this weekend, I participated in the hormone module for IFM, which is the Institute of Functional Medicine. Oh, let me tell you, do you ladies have PTSD from this? Oh my God, right? I have such PTSD that I remember exactly where I was sitting in the medical school library when I was studying this section of endo as a first year medical student. And I was like trying to draw this thing out over and over again. Oh yeah, it was intense. And I was like, I cannot believe I'm even doing this. And for those of you not familiar with functional medicine, I have to share this because it's super important. So functional medicine is an approach to medicine where you're always looking for the root cause of the problem, not just giving, Tylenol for your headache and Advil for your joint pain, right? It's actually looking at, well, what is going on in an underlying, what is the root cause, which I totally appreciate, okay? Because after being in practice, now you can call me a mid-career cardiologist, right? I see every single day, and I bet many of you can relate. I see people every single day not really getting better. Some people, in the hospital, what we're doing is I tell people this all the time. I was like, you know what? If you think you're going to die, call 911. We are really good at bringing people back from the brink of death. We're really good at that. But that is not health. Maybe for some people who are at the brink of death and we bring them back, right? Yeah, it is. That is health for them. That's okay. But that's a real subset of society. When I went into medicine, I went in because I wanted to help heal people, to help provide and help others recognize the health that exists within them. Health is your natural well-being. Health is your natural well-being. And your body knows how to be healthy if you give it the right input, take out the toxins, and support it in a way that serves. So one of the big things in the IFM matrix model of like how you even look at a patient is to really look at, yes, in medical school we learned organ systems, but it's really looking at, how do they talk about it? It was great. Like, how do you, oh my God, it's like you go through like what's coming in, what's supplying the enzymes and everything for your enzymatic reactions to happen. How are you eliminating? How are you dealing with toxins? How is your immunity? So that's really how you look at the whole picture, not as separate organ systems that, work in a vacuum. It doesn't work like that. And we know that, right? And I, as a cardiologist, always know that. We get consulted left and right for fast heart rates. And it's like, well, let's look at what's going on underneath the picture here, right? What is happening, right? I had an elderly gentleman last week when I was on call in the nursing home. He's got lots of heart disease. Yes, he does. He's had bypass. He had dehiscence of his, he's everything, right? He's got everything cardiac-wise. Heart attack, bypass, heart failure, hypertension, diabetes, He can barely move, whatever. And so it's all, and I shouldn't say whatever, but it sucks. It sucks. And I have lots of compassion and empathy. And how did he end up back in the hospital? Because he was in an environment, in like a nursing home situation, where he had to move his bowels and he couldn't get up by himself. So he was calling and calling and calling and calling, and no one was coming. And because why? They had one person taking care of 40 residents because the staffing issue was so bad. And so he started freaking out. And then finally, so he starts freaking out. And so what's going on deep inside hormonally, right? What's going on? He's going into fight or flight, right? His cortisol level goes up, his epinephrine, his norepinephrine, his blood pressure goes through the roof. And what happens in a stiff heart when the blood pressure goes through the roof suddenly? You go into an acute pulmonary edema, right? And the nurse finally comes in, or whoever it was, the assistant comes in, sees him gasping for air. Oh my God, call 911, right? Yeah, call 911, absolutely, in that situation. But my point is, right, so the middle of the matrix, when we're looking at all the different parts of the human body from a real deep-rooted place, is your mental, emotional, spiritual health. And so when we are hormonally in a place of fight or flight, or a place of burnout, or a place of complete depletion, chronic fatigue, cortisol levels in the toilet, right? If we don't help correct those areas, everything else suffers. And actually, it's incredible, because this horrible picture, it's so awful, but if you can understand it, it shows it right here. Your cortisol, what happens to your cortisol? What happens to your testosterone, your estrogen, all this stuff, right? It shows it all, and it makes perfect sense. And so this is part of the reason why we meet here. This is part of the reason why I've always felt very called to meet here with everyone, because every single round, every single thing that we were talking about ultimately always started with start a meditation practice. Start a meditation practice. Start a meditation. It's beautifully complex. Rebecca, I love you. Rebecca loves biochemistry. I hated it. She loves it. It's fantastic. And I'm starting to appreciate it. And I think it's highly ironic that I was doing this weekend, considering where I came from in biochemistry. I actually, full disclosure, I actually found my med school transcripts over the weekend because I was looking for something to laminate this stuff with. And I literally found my transcript, and there was one course I ever failed in my life, biochemistry. Second go around, passed with flying colors, but first go around, I did. Full disclosure, I got a freaking F in biochemistry, first semester medical school. And I'm not proud of it. I mean, this was a source of major shame for me for a really long time. And I was reading the comment that the professor wrote about me, saying, she first said that it was because she was bad at multiple choice tests, but then it became clear it was way deeper than that. But then she actually recovered pretty well, but she did so poorly in the first exams, even though she did great on the last exam. It was too little, too late. And I remember being absolutely crushed and dumbfounded, and like, I can't believe that I'm getting this. I cannot believe. Anyway, so I think it's hilarious, full circle, that I'm coming around, and now I'm like trying again, and it's great. It's great. And now at the age of, I'll be 45 tomorrow, I have a new appreciation for it, and I'm grateful. Am I grateful? But we come back. Why are we here? Right? We are here for a healthy breakfast for our souls. So let's hear the message for July 25th. Yes. Each finger is different, yet it is only when they all work together that whatever we put our hand to is successful. Have you guys seen patients who only have one finger or who have like amputations, right? They can't do as much. You need each finger to work together. So each finger is different, yet it is only when they all work together that whatever we put our hand to is successful. This also means sometimes it's important to collaborate with others to be successful. We don't always have to do it all by ourselves. We don't. And I think that that's another mind shift that many of us need to make. And I think that for those of us, who are showing up here, who are stressed, who are burned out, who are juggling, this crazy time of, sandwich generation of taking care of the elderly parents and your young kids. And that's where I'm at, right? It can be very lonely and it can feel like you need to figure this out all by yourself. And you don't. You don't. There are multiple other, right? Thank you, Rebecca. Yes, celebrating how far we have come. February, how far you have come. Thank you, Rebecca. You're so precious. Thank you. Yes, have come a long way. And you know what? I'll tell you another thing. I looked at my in third year of medical school, I was in the clinical rotations there, and we had a 1 year family practice rotation. So like we stayed with one family practitioner for a whole year, so we could follow our patients. And I was reminded, he wrote me a beautiful recommendation letter, and he said, I'm still hoping that she'll change her mind and come to family medicine. And because I had actually delivered a baby, like followed a young girl all through her pregnancy and delivered her baby. And I also navigated an early death with a 16-year-old girl who had severe immune issues. And we visited her on her deathbed at her home. It was crazy. And I hadn't thought about that in a really long time, but I thought it was interesting that he was like, patients are still asking about her. I really hope she'll change her mind. And then here I am now doing all this functional medicine stuff, which is looking at the entire picture and the entire body. Excuse me. And so it's just hilarious and fun and really feels aligned with getting to the root cause of issues. So, all right, let's see what the message is from the universe today. July 25th. Ooh. You are the creator of your own experience, whether you know that you are or not. Your life experience is unfolding in precise response to the vibrations that radiate as a result of your thoughts, whether you know that it is or not. So, this is huge too, because I was thinking exactly about that. So like I'm here right now, there I was in the grueling hormone module of functional medicine course, right? All weekend. And it's like, how the heck did I get here? How the heck did I get here? And this morning in meditation too, it was coming to me that it is no surprise that these things are showing up in my awareness and in my life because it's exactly what I asked for. In addition to, right, I was feeling like I wasn't able to affect change in a lot of people with the skill set that I had in cardiology. I'm helping a lot of people, but there were all these people that, I'd be like, oh, you're really tired? Sorry, right? Heart's fine, bye, right? And I wasn't helping them. And people, maybe some younger people in their 30s, 40s, for some reason, I get a lot of these patients, right? And it's like, I felt like I wasn't able to help them as much as I wanted to. And then boom, IFM and functional medicine come into my awareness. Stacey Martino is the first person who really mentioned it to us. And I was like, what the heck is that? Right. And I had to look into that. And then, if I'm going on and wanting to make connections. I mean, I was having all these downloads of how the career path can change and how it doesn't have to be all by myself. So really beautiful. And this is so true. You are the creator of your own experience, whether you know that you are or not. Now, our monkey brain can go to, what do you mean? When I suffer, you think I'm the one who's making myself suffer? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You can go there, but this is actually an empowering statement, okay? You are the creator of your own experience, whether you know that you are or not. Your life experience is unfolding in precise response to the vibrations that radiate as a result of your thoughts, whether you know that it is or not. Every single one of us, all of my physician sisters, have gotten to where we are. You have gotten here today to where you are because of the thoughts that you had. You had the thought, I want to become a doctor. I want to become a physician. And then you figure out how to have it, how to do it, and you walk the path. You did that, okay? You were a co-creator of your existence. All right. Soul's Journey or Power of Love. Today's Monday. We're doing Power of Love. Here we go. Yay. Here we go. Let's take a listen. What is it? What is it? What is it? We need to hear. Gratitude. Yes, yes, yes. I am feeling super duper grateful. You fully appreciate the invaluable lessons that life lovingly presents to you. Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. When you live in gratitude, you are acknowledging to the universe your appreciation for every event that occurs in your life. Be thankful for each experience, whether you label it good or bad, because without it, you will not evolve. Granted, heartbreaking things happen in this physical dimension. But if you look upon them as lessons to learn, as opposed to misfortunes inflicted on you, you glimpse the bigger picture. Everything can be a gift. As you consciously experience gratitude, you are mindful that even the simplest aspects of your life are wondrous and miraculous. With this outlook, your focus is placed on abundance consciousness, not on lack. As you acknowledge source energy, you expand your awareness and come to realize that you are part of something much larger than yourself, and that every moment is precious. Every moment is precious. All right. Take that in and sit in that, marinate in that. And let's go ahead and do a little bit of our meditation and get those cortisol levels down or up, whatever it is that you need. But it will serve. So let's get comfortable. So I'm also a heart math practitioner. So I always start the meditations with practicing heart coherence. All right. So just let me guide you. Close your eyes. Get comfortable wherever you are sitting. And we can do a little visualization first where we can imagine roots coming out the bottom of your spine and bottom of your feet, all the way down into Mother Earth, going all the way to the core of the planet, and really anchoring and grounding yourself. And then from there, from the energy of the earth, you can feel that energy come up, up, up through those roots, up through each and every one of your chakras. Your root chakra, which is red, your orange chakra, which is the seat of creativity. Keep going up in your solar plexus, right in your epigastric area, which is yellow, seat of confidence and power. It keeps going up and it kind of lights up into your heart chakra, which is green, going up into your throat chakra, which is your area of being able to say what needs to be said. You light it up as blue, and it keeps going up to your third eye chakra, which is indigo, and which is your seat of intuition. And then going up to your crown chakra, which can be violet or even a bright white light, right? Which is your connection with source. And then that energy can come all the way back down. And let's go and sit in our heart center and really take a deep breath into your heart. Breathe out of your heart. And as you exhale, you can visualize all of those chakras just being a bright, vibrating light. Breathe into your heart and really make an earnest effort to feel joy, peace, integrity, love. And breathe out of your heart and let all of your chakras just light up and send that loving vibrational energy to each and every one of your organs. And breathe normally. And we're going to ask ourselves 4 soul questions. Question 1. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I really? Second question. What do I want? What is my deepest desire? Third question. What is my purpose? How can I serve myself and others? Fourth question. What am I grateful for? Allow anything at all to come to you in the form of a sensation, image, feeling, or thought. And now as we finish up, I'll pronounce 4 intentions. Just repeat them silently and release them into being. Joyful, energetic body. Joyful, energetic body. Loving, compassionate heart. Loving, compassionate heart. Reflective, alert mind. Reflective, alert mind. And lightness of being. Lightness of being. Continue to rest. And when you're ready, you can slowly wiggle your fingers and toes, flutter open your eyes. Give yourself a big stretch. And bring your palms together to your heart center. To give yourself a bow of gratitude for bringing yourself here today, for being an active participant in the co-creation of your life. And as we ground ourselves and connect to our heart centers, let's send a blast of loving energy out to all of our family, our friends, our community, our city, our state, our country, to all of our patients, to every single brother and sister soul on this planet. And from there, we give a blast of that energy out into the universe. And then from there, it gets boomeranged right back to us. We'll say namaste. The divine light in me sees and honors the divine light in you. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Don't forget to put your takeaways in the comments. And if you're watching on YouTube, hit like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Sending love.